Welcome to Love Coach Sessions Live. I'm your man KTJ. 3 keys to winning and having it all. I got a great guest here tonight, and she's here. She is. I created the little title. She's got her mind on right, her head on straight. She's a survivor. She's sexy. She's all those things. She is Shonta Thomas. How you doing, Shonta?
Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
All
Thank you for
right.
having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to get into it. But you guys, if you're here, you're watching, and you're here for the first time, glad to have you here. I am KTJ, former men's counselor turned love coach. My brand is Love Coach Atlanta, and I do these Love Coach sessions every week. So if you want to tap in on this, you want to be in on these conversations, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button wherever you're watching, and you'll be notified. Hit the bell so they'll let you
Yes.
know on YouTube. So, Shonta, talk to me. How you doing today?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great, doing great. So we want to help the ladies here tonight. Uh, I just observe across social stations. I can't follow them. Shonta, I can't follow all these women's conversations. It gets to be too much.
Too much? No, not too
Gets to
much.
be for
It's some
me.
good stuff though.
Yes, it is, but it's a lot of stuff, and
It is. A lot of
so
stuff.
that's why I'm bringing you on to kind of
Okay.
chisel down a little bit about this thing. The what I call the new woman. When I heard
Okay.
your story and your testimony and the things that you teach your clients and the people that you coach, I
Yeah.
wanted you on the show to talk about the new woman. You are
The new woman
the
is amazing.
new woman. So talk to me about the new woman.
The new woman, when we speak about the new woman, we're talking about where we are now, right? Not
Mhm.
where we came from. And right now, we are in a place where we are focusing on some very important key things. We are focusing on, our self love, self care, self healing, and we are focusing on everything positive to keep us in a space of just grace, a space of positivity, a space of just feeling grounded and just certain.
Yeah,
So that's the new woman.
I love
Just
that.
success in a good space, mentally, physically.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. So Shantae, we've been friends for a minute, and I've followed your journey. You do all these things, right? You
I
look,
do.
if somebody's following you on social media, they might see you on the back of a bike.
Right. Right.
You ride bikes, you get
Right.
in the gym,
I do.
and and a
I
therapist on
travel.
top of all you
I'm a
travel.
therapist. I do whatever I can to stay in a place of peace, a place of comfort. And these things are things that are comforting to me and just keep me grounded. And that's what I
Yeah,
think is missing a little bit with a lot of people.
yeah,
Self care.
yeah. So you do all these things. You taking pictures and looking good and have decided to like share these stories with your female followers and things.
Right.
But they might see you doing all this. You look fresh. You look fly. You look pretty. You're smart, educated, sexy, all those things. But talk to me about the things that maybe people didn't see and the things that you've been
Oh,
through.
all of the tough obstacles in life.
Yeah.
So for me, I am a two-time breast cancer survivor. I am
Mm,
on the back end of my second time right now. I did have a double mastectomy last January,
mm.
and I am on the end stages of that reconstructive process. It has definitely been a journey, and a lot of people are like, "You don't look like you had cancer,"
Yeah.
and I just often say, "Well, what does that look like?
Mm,
What does someone with cancer look like?" And a lot of people have their own perception. You see typically when women go through chemo, you see like the loss of hair and things like that. And I just have to remind people everybody is different. So you're
Mhm.
going to experience something different. Your body will respond differently to different treatments.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't do chemo. I did radiation. I've shared that story. It was a very tough process. However, I didn't quit, even though I thought about it. I just
Mm.
continued and just kind of kept going, and here we are.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. And
Yeah.
take me back even maybe even a little further back than that.
Okay.
So when you like growing up as a young woman,
Okay.
because I know like when you got to the cancer, like nobody envisioned and
Right.
look, your mic is catching a little air when you move around.
Oh,
So
that'll do.
try
Okay, got
yeah, yeah, there you go. That maybe
you. My
that'll help.
bad.
Um no little girl
Mm.
sees themselves being having cancer and all of that. So talk to me a
Right.
little bit about being a young woman and coming into yourself.
For me, in my my young woman stuff, young womanhood.
Mhm.
But I left home at 17, joined the Navy, and just kind of sought out to do what most people that join the military do: retire, live the good life, travel for free, get the education, get all those wonderful benefits, right?
Mhm.
And it definitely was some obstacles along the way. But it wasn't a bad bout, you know. Young
Yeah,
womanhood for me wasn't it wasn't a struggle. It wasn't bad. Um, I was eager to leave home.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I
That's
was
it.
eager to leave
Look,
home.
it's interesting that you say you were in the Navy, and I mean, I'm sure that had its own challenges in itself.
It
And
did.
so I don't meet very many people who are in the Navy. Talk to me about what Navy life meant to you and did for you. Like how did it impact your life?
So Navy life, it opened me up to a a brand new world, just an entirely different community of people, very different experiences. It allowed me to just kind of travel to places where I, at that time, may not have been able to. Early on, my first duty station was in Norfolk, Virginia, but my ship that I was on, we got home ported in Italy, La Maddalena, Italy.
Mm.
So that's where I was at like 19 in Italy, living my best life, and it was fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm sure it
I
was.
have so many of the same friends, like they're so amazing, but you meet some amazing people. Um, it teaches you a lot of discipline, it teaches you a lot of structure. It just teaches you a lot of different things and shows you different ways to go about things. Not saying that, you know, the civilian sector isn't the best way to go. However, there are some differences. And for me, that civilian side wasn't it. I felt like I needed to just go away, be far as away as I could be from home, and just do
Mm.
whatever I needed to do to just get myself established. So it allowed me to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Very nice, very nice. And we still getting a little bit of boo boo boo.
Let me do this. Me and this let me put it on the outside. That might be better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And if it continues, you may need to just hold it in your hand. I don't know.
Well, we might be good now because I got it on the outside, so we might be
Okay.
good.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that I think that's better. It's a little
Okay.
better. But
Okay.
you guys, yeah, so when so where does being going into therapy come in? Like you were in a hurry to get away from home and then got into the Navy, but somewhere along the lines you wanted to understand how people think and you decided to want to help
It's
people.
a very interesting story.
Mhm.
Um, so I went through some things in the Navy, right? So I was sexually assaulted
Mm.
in the when I was active duty, and that I ended up taking a duty overseas. So once I
Mhm.
came back from overseas, I ended up getting out. 10 years in, that's at the point where you decide you're gonna stay in or get out.
Mhm.
So for me, I'm one of those people I like to try to deal with things on my own and just see how that kind of works out for me.
Mm.
So I came back. I ended up getting a job. I didn't want to do much, but I ended up getting a job doing armed security at the CNN Center.
Okay.
So, oh, this is my story, y'all.
Yes.
So
Yes.
ended up getting doing that. But as time went by, I found myself becoming hyper vigilant, and just all of that stuff that I was trying to suppress, it started to come out.
Mm.
So I ended up taking a leave of absence from work, putting myself in therapy. I went for about 2.5 years to just kind of process everything, the sexual assault. I was also I want to say maybe 2 years before the sexual assault, I was in a car that got shot up. So it was
Wow.
some trauma there. So yeah, it was a moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So ended up going to therapy, and it helped a lot.
Mm.
Now after that, I often found myself up late at night talking to random people on Facebook Messenger about their problems. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if it was just something that just said talk to me or something. I don't know, but people always hit me up,
Mm.
hey, I'm just going through this. I saw you were up. I guess they see that green light on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah.
so I just found myself up always talking to people about their issues. And I'm like, man, I guess I'm pretty good at advice. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to school for this.
Mm-hmm.
So I had already, when I was in the Navy, I got my bachelor's in criminal justice because my ultimate goal was to, just retire from the military, work for the FBI, blah, 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 blah. But
Mm-hmm.
that changed. Did my 10 years, got out, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. So at that point, I said I was going to go to school for counseling. I did get my first master's in forensic psychology because I
Mm-hmm.
still wanted to do something kind of close to my criminal justice. But
Yeah.
then I was like, and I got my second master's in community counseling.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing they do when you go to school for psychology or counseling, they're going to tell you, make sure you go to counseling and deal with your stuff.
Mm.
Deal with your stuff first, because guess what? You don't want to be in a session with someone and you get triggered by something that
Yeah.
they're going through because you haven't
Yeah.
addressed your own stuff. So
Facts.
I was like, man, I'm ahead of the game because I done already went and, worked on my stuff. So it was like, this is it. So ever since then, I just kind of hit the ground, and I just been going ever since. It's like I started working in the community. I mean, driving all over Georgia. Well, not Georgia, Georgia, but in the Atlanta metro area. I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
Covington to Alpharetta, McDonough, all of these areas. I was going different, seeing adults, kids, elderly people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely been a process, but I enjoy it.
Yeah. 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 So now when they pop on, and you guys, when you follow Shantae and her journey, the first thing you gonna notice is she's in the gym. She gets in the gym. She
I
knows how to
am.
get up. She get under them weights, and she gets it done
Yeah.
in the gym. And so we talking about the new woman. Why do you think? How do you think fitness fits in with the new woman who's
I think
emerging and discovering herself?
I think ultimately physical fitness and exercising, it helps just kind of give you a release, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's a form of self-care, but it's also one of those things where as a woman, when you look good, you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And when you feel good, you're going to make sure you look good.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that ties in together. And a lot of people kind of get it, try to separate. But mentally, if you're in a good space, physically, you feel like you're in a good space. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at yourself like, man, this I'm popping. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So you're gonna go that extra length to say, you know what, let me take better care of myself. Let me go a step further and make sure I get this gym session in today. Let me go over here and get this run in. And
Yeah.
do whatever it is that makes you feel good. So a lot of people, it's a release. You see so many women on social media,
Mm-hmm.
just focusing on the betterment of themselves physically.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we
Mm-hmm.
see. I can't speak for
Mm-hmm.
them mentally, but physically, everybody looks good. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that it's important that while we
Does
are
everybody
focusing on
look
the
good?
physical, we also okay, not
Does
everybody.
everybody look good?
Not
I,
everybody, a lot. A lot of them,
well,
they popping now.
yeah, yeah. Now
They look the
here's what I
part.
was. Now here's what I'm going to say. um, that is based on the algorithm. And
That is
your
true.
algorithm is showing you baddies and and girls in the gym and all of that. That's because you get in the gym.
Because
But
I get in the gym.
yes, now
I
to the
enjoy it.
probably the general public, they're not seeing what you're seeing, and
Well,
and
they might need to get in the gym too because
yeah,
for me it's motivation.
yeah,
It's like, man, they look amazing. And it's not to say I want to look like them,
mhm,
but they look like they feel good. And I know I
yeah,
feel good, but guess what? If I am at my top in my top notch shape,
yeah.
man, it's gonna be on and popping. I'm telling you.
Look, so Shantae, I was telling the lady the other day, this lady, she probably weighed about like 399, like
Okay.
399. She was a heavy lady, and she was asking me for love advice,
Okay.
and so
What you
I was
say?
able to, huh?
I'm looking like what you tell her.
Well, I told her the story that
Oh
that I experienced. Okay,
my God.
I
Okay.
told her I went to LA Fitness,
Okay.
and there was two ladies in front of me. So this lady who I was talking to, she asked
Mhm.
me, "What do I need to attract the highest quality man?" She said, I need a
The
good
high
man,
the high value man. Is
a
that
high
that's
value man. She wants a high value man. She asked me. So
okay.
this is what I told her. I said I was going in the gym at LA Fitness. Two women were walking in front of me.
Okay.
These women came through the door, and all the men that were standing around turned their whole focus towards these women and were like, "Hey,
Mhm.
how you doing? Hey, girl." Da, 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 da. Right?
They broke their necks.
Yes. And when I walked, so I'm behind them, and they saw me, and they gave me the. They barely even said. Oh, some of them didn't even open their mouth. They act like they
Right.
didn't even see me. And
Right.
I said, uh-huh. That's it right there.
That's it.
So this is what I told her. I said, women have a position. There's a place where lots of men are. And when you show up in this place where there's not a lot of men, you
Mhm.
become the center focus.
The
And
center
that
of
place is the
attention.
gym.
Yep.
That place is the gym. Look, one of the ladies, she was a plus size lady
Okay.
who they was talking. It wasn't like they was all like, like
Right.
they was all done up and perfect. No,
Right.
they were like regular looking women. But when they came into the environment where there was
Mhm.
mostly men, mostly testosterone going
Yep.
on,
And we know how y'all are.
yes, we can't help it. We can't help but see you when you come in.
Right.
And I told her, I said, look, get you a gym membership, baby.
Mhm.
Get yourself right, because
Yep.
there's something attractive to men about a woman who's working on herself. Don't
Who
worry
is
about
working
how
on
what size you
herself.
are and all of that.
Yes.
There's something
Yes.
very
Yes.
attractive about a woman who's willing to put herself out there and work on herself.
Yes. Oh my god, that is so true. Because guess what? It's the same. We like it too. We
Yes.
like to hear and see a man that is working on the physical and the mental.
Yes. Yes.
It's so attractive. It's amazing.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So,
It's a great
so,
thing.
so that was a little piece of advice I gave her, and maybe there's somebody that's listening who want to know where the men at. You
They at
look,
the gym.
they at the gym.
They at the gym.
They there right now, and they'll be there tomorrow, and they'll
They
be
will
there
be
the
there.
day after.
Yeah. Even
Yeah,
when you're going at a time when you feel like they're not there like me, I like to go at 3, 4 in the morning. Guess what?
okay, they there
They're
now.
there.
I believe
They're
that.
still there.
I believe that. Join one of them classes. I don't care
Yeah.
what the class is,
Yeah.
Zumba or something. But just get yourself in the door and make
Yeah, get in
friends.
there.
Yeah.
It's and you'll feel good
Mm-hmm.
once you do it.
Yes, you will. Yes, you
So
will.
yeah. Yeah.
You guys, if y'all just joining us, I'm here with Shonta Thomas. She's a fitness enthusiast. She's a therapist. She rides bikes. She is out here creating space for the new
That
woman.
new woman.
So Shantae, let's get into these three keys. We
Let's
talking
get
about
into
this tonight. These three keys, what you and these are three keys that you came up with yourself, as far as what you feel women need to focus in on, and what's going to elevate women into the next level to get what they want in this
right.
world. So, talk to me about them three
Let's
keys.
talk about it. They are, you got self-care,
Mm-hmm.
which is super important. You have self-love, and you cannot forget about the self-healing. That might be out of the top, one of the top two, you know.
Mm.
So I think that these three are so important.
Yeah.
And it's missing. And I think we just need to get the focus back on it, especially self-love.
Yeah. All right,
It's
so
this
let's take it from the top. Then let's break them down.
okay.
Self care. What? Tell me what self care is to you.
To me, self-care is setting those positive and healthy boundaries to ensure that I'm taking care of myself, that I'm not
Mm.
letting anything interfere with that. Self-care for me are all those things that I enjoy, whether it's hobbies or just those little things that to others may not be nothing. Like I truly love to travel. I'm like you said, I like to ride my bike. I'm in the gym.
Yeah,
I love to
and hold
read.
on, hold on. I said ride your bike. That's a motorbike, y'all. A motor. She rides motorcycles.
I have a Can-Am. Yes, I have a Can-Am
Yeah,
Riker. It's amazing. If you
yeah.
don't have one, look into it. It will
Okay,
definitely it's therapy outside of therapy.
okay. Keep going.
So yeah, traveling, my bike, I love to write. I do love to read. Just relaxing, spending
That's
time with my
right.
son, my family.
That's right. You are an
Just
author.
I am an author.
Yeah.
I am an author. So just all of those key things that you typically do to just say, you know what, let me just sit down a minute and just exhale.
Mm.
Because we as women, we do so much for everybody else. We do so much for our families. We got
Mhm.
work, we got the man, the husband, the boo. We take care of everybody else, and sometimes we tend to put ourselves on the back burner. So I feel like if we can find that balance, incorporate
Mhm.
our self-care for ourselves, we'll feel a lot better. We won't have to say, you know what, I just need a minute. Y'all get away from me. We don't have to go hide in the closet.
All
We could just
right.
have a set schedule and just say, you know what, just this what I'm doing today. I'm gonna see y'all when I get back home.
Yeah.
Y'all got it.
Yeah. That's good.
So
That's
yeah.
good. And listen, if you guys are watching and you want to come on, I'll bring you on the stage and you could talk to Shantae face to face on here and if you've got questions about your situation, I can help you out as much as I can in the
Yes.
trying to understand how men think, which is my space
This sure is
here.
yes. And he's good at it too. So y'all got some questions. He will help you and he is not gonna sugarcoat it. He is gonna give you the real deal.
Yes, man. Yes, man. All right, so let's that so that's self care.
Self-care.
Um, what can before we get off of self care, what can people actually do in their lives to bring self care to the forefront and really dig into it?
I'll say, first of all, you have to make time.
Hmm.
You have to dedicate some time and say, you know what? I deserve a minute.
Hmm.
For me, it took a while for me to say, you know what? You need to relax. It took me forever to learn how to relax, which
Mm.
is why I created this self care journal.
Yeah.
And it's titled I Matter Too.
Hmm.
Y'all gonna have to wait. Um, because we put ourselves
So
on a
so
back
so
burner.
wait, hold on. It's called I Matter Too.
It's called Y'all Gonna Have to Wait. I
Y'all
Matter
gonna have
Too.
to, okay,
Y'all gonna have
okay.
to wait.
I
Because
like
guess
it.
what? Us as women, we do so much for everybody else. We put
Hmm.
everybody else before us, and we tend to forget about ourselves.
Hmm.
And I mean that with every ounce in me because as a mom, we the kids need the man need, the husband need, the daddy need. What do you need?
Right.
You got to remember yourself. You
Mm.
have to take time for yourself. If you don't, it's going to come out.
Yeah.
It might come
Yeah.
not come out in a good way. So you have to make time and just say, you know what, I need a minute.
Yes. Yes. That's good. That's good. Let's talk about self-love.
Self
We throw this
love.
word around a lot, but
Ooh.
you know, what does it look like when a person doesn't love themselves?
Well, this is my one right here.
Yes. Yes.
When someone does not love themselves, they lack
Mm-hmm.
boundaries. Um,
Mm,
they accept anything. They
mm,
are okay with um just putting up with certain stuff. They are okay with, oh, well, I know I deserve more, but I'm gonna get this because that may be all they have to offer.
mhm.
It's letting certain situations and behaviors get a pass when you know you deserve so much more. You're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know that your body's aching, but guess what? You're gonna ride it out until it stops instead of going to get it checked out.
Mm,
Um, we have to treat ourselves the same way we treat those that we love the most. And we don't do that.
yeah.
So I think people, like you said, throw that word around love in general. They throw it around a
Mhm.
lot. But when it
Yeah.
comes to self love, you'll hear people say, oh, I love myself. I love
Mhm.
myself. But then you'll see someone and you're like, okay, so you love yourself, but how are you taking care of yourself?
Mm,
Are you, for me, I show myself that I love myself because guess what? I'm going to the gym because I know I need to
mm.
get myself in the best shape that I need to be in.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
showing myself that I love myself because guess what? I'm going to sleep earlier. I'm not dragging myself into the last ounce and just saying, you
Mhm.
know what, I'll just sleep when I can.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that anymore. I don't force it. I take
Mhm.
naps.
Yeah.
I do the whole nine. I don't stress myself. Anything that interrupts my peace,
Yeah.
I cut it off because
So now, I'm just wondering how do you stay on that? Because the world is continually moving, and things are, you can kind of like get washed downstream, with managing all the things. So how does somebody become intentional about the self-love?
I think when you do it enough, it
Hmm.
becomes your routine.
Yeah.
When you do it every day, it's something
Hmm.
that you do have to practice and work
Gotta
at. But once you
practice.
do it enough,
Hmm.
it's second nature. Like for me, I'm so big like now, if something doesn't feel right,
Hmm.
something off. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to find out.
Hmm.
I'm gonna walk away because I feel like I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to do this and just put myself in a situation where it's showing me that, you know what, it's less than I deserve. So
Mm.
it's something that you work at it. You got to work at it. You got to put things in place and just you got to stick with it. When you stick with it, you've created a habit. So
Yeah.
with that habit, you don't got to work hard at it. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Creating new habits. I believe that. I think that um, self love has to be rehearsed.
Absolutely.
It's like a performance. If you want to be good at you're at playing piano, you have to
Right.
rehearse playing piano, and you
Yeah.
got to start. Look, I play a little bit of piano, and as I think about it, like you gotta start from the very basics.
You do.
Check this
It's
out.
just, go
Now,
ahead.
now listen, check this out. I met a lady today who told me she plays piano and she plays by ear, right? And
Okay.
she says I never had a lick of lessons. I just learned to play by ear.
Okay.
And when she said it, I could tell she felt good about that, right? Now, as somebody who plays by ear and has gone to lessons, I know that there are some things that she is missing
Okay.
because she didn't get proper instruction.
Mm-hmm.
She's just playing by ear. So that means she's doing
Right.
some stuff that's too much. Like
Right.
she's not holding her hands right. I bet I haven't even heard her play yet.
You just know.
But I just know that if you've never gotten any kind of instruction on the basics, and you haven't rehearsed the basics enough,
You're gonna lack the fundamentals.
it'll come out somewhere. That somebody
Mm-hmm.
gonna call out a key that you're not
Mm-hmm.
familiar with playing
Yeah.
in, and you know how to do your fancy little thing in this
Yeah.
key over here. But when you know how to play it in C sharp, but can you play it in A natural? You
Right.
know,
Right. Right.
and there's a time coming that somebody's gonna pull that card, and you're gonna be sitting
Absolutely.
there hitting the button, the transpose button, trying to get it all the way up there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Now you
Mm-hmm.
cheating. You're trying to cheat the game, and
Yeah.
but I believe that if you rehearse your
You'll get it.
your self love, in this
Mm-hmm.
case, when you rehearse it, whatever you rehearse, you get better at it.
You get better at it, and it's just
Yeah,
like second nature.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Think about how many times we listen to a song until we know the whole thing.
So that's a fact. Even if you don't like it, and the songs you don't like,
Man,
you know
you
the.
listen. The more you hear it, the more you humming the note, the more you singing the words, and now you singing it like you wrote it.
I did not write ski
I didn't either. I did not either. Listen, I'll let
yeet.
y'all keep it.
I done heard it so many times. The song come on and it's in my mind.
Mhm, the chorus is
Yeah,
catchy. Catchy.
yes.
You can't run from
You
it.
trying to see what's up, ski yeet. I'm like,
Yeah.
I hate that song, but it's in my mind because it's been rehearsed in me. So
Hmm.
it makes you think, how much other stuff is rehearsed in us?
Hmm.
How
Absolutely.
how many other things that we didn't agree to
Hmm.
are natural functions in our lives?
Right.
You know,
It's a
how,
lot.
it's a lot. I'm sure. It's a lot. And I heard somebody say one time that most of what we do is most of our thoughts are somebody else's. The
I can see
majority
that.
of our thoughts come from somebody else's mind.
Yeah.
And
Everything
and
we've been taught
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
from a child up, we're
yes,
taught so many things. As we get older, then we start to just kind of step back and say, you know what? I don't know if that's what I thought it was,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
that's what they said it was. And then you just start to kind of looking into it and you might change your perspective.
yes. And some of
So
that stuff is the opposite of self love. Some of that stuff is
absolutely,
self hate.
absolutely, absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes. All right, let's get into self healing. Talk to me about it. You guys, we talking about the 3 keys to winning and having it all. We talking to the women tonight, but fellas, y'all can get something from this too, because we all need all of these too. So, talk to me
I
about self
agree.
healing.
Self-healing, it comes from just first of all acknowledging
Mm-hmm.
that something needs to be healed. That's first
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Um, we tend to, like I said, we tend to overlook a lot of things. We tend to just kind of say, you know what, it's small, I'll just come back to it. And we don't take the time to invest in ourselves. We don't take the time to work on ourselves. It's a lot of stuff that a lot of us have just sitting in there, just turning, and we need
mm-hmm,
to get it out. It's a lot of
mm-hmm,
stuff from our childhood, it's a lot of stuff
mm-hmm,
from relationships that we just don't take the time to work on because we feel like somebody's going to think I'm crazy or
mm,
somebody's going to think it's something wrong with me. Guess
yeah,
what? Think about all the people that might look at you like that, but they are already working on their stuff. They're already getting that healing, but they don't
mm-hmm,
want you to know it.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I think for the self healing part, we have to get to a place where we know it's okay to
mm,
get past stuff. It's okay to just kind of work on us. It's okay to
mm-hmm,
dig deep. It may not be the best feeling. It's going to be uncomfortable, but uncomfortable is where you get the best stuff from because it's going
yeah.
to make you move a little.
That's a fact.
It's
That's
going
a
to get
fact.
you going and it's going to force you to get some stuff done.
Yeah,
So self-healing for me is even going to counseling years ago.
yeah,
Self-healing for me is still being in therapy as a therapist. Because guess what? I
Mm.
hear so much of everybody else's stuff. They just
Yeah.
pouring and pouring and pouring into my cup,
Hmm.
and I'll be pouring and pouring into their cups. But guess what? If I don't empty my own stuff, it's gonna explode.
Yeah.
So we have to get to a place where we're honest enough and transparent enough to say, it's something going on.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
need to work on this. I need
Yeah.
to I need to make this call. I don't care if it's to the cousin, the friend. If you need to get it out, just say, "Hey, I just need a minute. Just let me talk for 1 minute. I ain't gonna talk
Yeah.
long, but let me get a minute." But
Yeah.
even with that, go further. Make time for yourself because this is also self-care.
Yeah.
Therapy is self-care. When you're healing yourself, you're
Hmm.
taking care of yourself. When you're
Yeah.
healing yourself, you're showing yourself that you love yourself. If
Yeah.
you know something is wrong with your body, why would you let it prolong and get worse? So
Yeah.
you have to do that inner work to glow on the outside. Think
Yeah.
about it. If your child come to you and say, something hurt, you not finna say, "Oh, it'll get better." You finna get on Google and look for everything to figure out what's going on.
Hmm.
You're gonna try to be that doctor for them,
Hmm.
but we have to start doing that for ourselves. No matter
Yeah.
how small it is, we gotta do it. We gotta
Yeah.
take care of ourselves because they all tie in together.
Yeah. You know what? I was just thinking about when I think about the term self healing. I
Mhm,
think about one time when I was about 15 years old,
mhm,
and this is around the time when BMX
mm,
bikes came into everybody was kind of
mhm.
riding the BMX and doing bike tricks,
Yeah.
you know. And me and my friends were on our bikes. Of course, there's some girls involved. Look, you already know where this story's going. It's a bunch of girls out there outside sitting there watching us while we're doing our
Mhm.
our bike tricks, and
Yeah, showing
somehow,
out.
yes, showing out completely. Somehow the brake, the handbrake, I was kind of doing the
Mhm.
whole stand up and drive the handlebars with my thighs. You just I was like this, you know, on the bike, and
You were showing off
I,
big time.
somehow the handbrake caught my thigh and it flipped me over the
Mm,
handlebars
mm.
right in front of the girls, right? And I was like, oh man, look at that. I done ripped my leg open, my thigh,
Ooh,
right?
sound painful.
It really wasn't that painful. It just felt like a deep scratch, like a deep
Okay.
scratch. So, of course I ain't gonna make no big deal out of it in front of these girls out here.
Right, you
But
gotta
I
walk
look
it off.
but I looked down and I could see the white corpuscles on the inside.
Ooh.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I was like, "Ooh, this is deep." Right?
Mhm.
So I was like, "All right, y'all, I'll be back." I'll be back. This thing was about this long.
Oh
It
my god.
was easily about 2 inches, 2.5 inches.
Wait, did you go back?
No, no. I went, sat on the steps at my house, and contemplated going in the house, telling my mama that that I done ripped my leg open. And she's like, "Oh, get in the car."
Right,
you
going
know,
to the hospital.
we're going to the hospital. Went to the hospital, and but actually, it took me a while before I told her because I was too embarrassed. I didn't want to tell her. And then
Oh.
so then we went. But long story short, the thing healed
Mhm.
on the outside. It healed all the way. And to look
Yeah.
at it, you could tell that like something had been there. Like you
Mhm.
could tell, but it looked like it's healed,
Mhm.
but it wasn't healed on the
On the inside.
inside.
Mm-mm.
It only looked healed on the outside. There's a term for this. If anybody know the term for that, there's a medical term for that, where it didn't heal underneath, inside,
Mhm.
and but was healed on the outside. So what happens? You have to go back. The doctor has to go back
Gotta
in
keep it up.
and cut it open
Mhm.
and treat it. We treat the heel and put the stitches on the
From the
inside.
inside out. Yep.
Yeah, and make
You
sure
got
that the inside is cohesive. Make sure it doesn't get infected.
Mhm.
And there's so many things that can happen. Is it called something like ablation or something like that? If anybody remember the term for that, let me know what it is. But if I didn't, and the doctor told me, he said, if you didn't get in here and get this
Right.
thing healed, this could turn into gangrene. You could end
Ooh.
up losing your
Lupus.
whole
Yeah.
leg
Because of this.
because of this one thing. And I and,
Yeah.
and I well, as I think about that, this
You was
self-love,
glad you got in there. Told your
I was
mom.
glad I went, right? But
Mhm.
there are some people who are losing in all these other parts of their
Man,
lives
what? Yes.
because they haven't gotten the healing underneath. They look good.
Underneath that surface is rotten.
It's rotten.
It's tearing them up. It's
Yes.
tearing them up. But pride,
Mm-hmm.
just you don't want nobody to know. You
Yes.
scared.
Yes.
Man, you'll feel so much better when you get all that stuff
Mm-hmm.
healed and
Mm-hmm.
taken care of. I promise. And I'm
Yes.
somebody
Yes.
that's just I was like, oh, I don't want to talk about this stuff, but when you get it out, it's gonna be so uncomfortable in that
Yes.
moment.
Yes.
But when you
Yes.
get to the root of it,
Yes.
you're gonna be able to breathe, put your foot up, exhale with a
Yeah.
Coke in your hand. You're gonna feel
Yeah.
good.
You,
You're gonna
and you
feel
know
good.
what? You know what, Shantae? What I like about this is, you know, even when I went to the doctor, and the doctor did help me do he stitch me up and all that sort of thing for the healing. I had to take care of the healing back at the house. I had to do my own self healing.
Right,
I had to do what I needed to do to
right.
maintain what the doctor did.
But the doctor
Because if I
did.
didn't, it wasn't going to work. And so maybe
Let me
there's
tell you
somebody who
something.
go ahead.
You already know I know about all that. I'm tired of healing from the physical.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
process. It is a
It's a
process.
process.
It's a process. But you
Yes.
gotta get it from the inside, like you said.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't, it's just it'll never be right. It'll just never be right.
Mm-mm,
You're
it
trying to
won't.
figure out why the relationship won't be right. It just won't be right because you never took care of those issues that you
Don't
had.
make me get up and do a praise dance now. You better about to start preaching.
It's the truth. It's the truth. And you had that same
Hallelujah.
problem with Manny, Mo, Jack,
Cause you
Tom, Dick,
cause
Harry.
you're gonna meet the same, you're gonna keep attracting and meeting the same thing.
It's a fact.
The same person. Just a
It's a
different
fact.
look.
It's a
Gonna
fact.
get the same gift in a different box.
It's a fact. It
That's
is
it.
a fact. It's a fact. And so these I hope somebody can just at least pause and consider these three, because I feel like even as you were describing them, self-care, self-love, self-healing,
Self-healing.
that's the ball game.
It is.
That's everything.
It touches on so much and they're all intertwined together. So
Mm,
it's kind of like you gotta you bring them all together, you got the whole thing.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, but
Yeah. All right. So look, while I got you here, Shantae, give us a couple of writer downers, maybe a couple of 1, 2, 3 tips or whatever that people need to do to at least start moving in these directions. These three, because we got some women on here that women are smart. I love how women go after what they need to move
right.
forward. Like, a woman will go to therapy sometimes when a man won't.
That is so true. We will.
Almost all
And
my
I
clients
will
are women. you know,
see what
working
I'm
on
saying?
themselves. Yes.
And it's interesting because even in the mental health field, we need so many more black males,
Mm-hmm.
black male therapists.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be so much more beneficial. I think guys get tired of talking to women,
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
here for it. We get
Yeah.
some more of
Yes.
you guys in there to just kind of help y'all men out, because us women gonna tell each other, get your tail
Mm-hmm.
in there, dude.
Yeah. It's a fact. It's a fact.
So yeah,
So
so
give us those three, a couple of things that if somebody's taking notes tonight, some things that they need to kind of do to progress in being the new woman.
being the new woman. Let's see. So being the new woman, I will say the first thing you can do is go to Instagram and you can follow me because I'm going to
Okay.
help you become the new woman. You're going to go to underscore your mind matters underscore. That's on Instagram. So I'm going to assist you with it. I think that if you are in a place where you are not comfortable verbalizing what's going on, it's okay. I think that every woman should have a journal because a lot of times we have so much that's weighing us down. We don't want to tell everybody everything, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
tend to write in my notes on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I don't ever lose my phone because there's so much in there. But
Yeah, me
um,
too.
use your notes on your phone if you don't have a journal book. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
able to write down what you're feeling in that moment. If you can't
Mm-hmm.
verbalize it to anybody, if you by yourself, don't think I'm crazy because I'll talk out loud and be in here
Yeah.
talk to God.
Yeah.
If you're in a moment, if you're in a space where you feel like, man, I don't have nobody, you do.
Yes. Talk to
Just
God.
talk. It's not
Yeah.
going to hurt anything. It's not going to hurt you. It'll definitely,
Yeah.
when you get it out, it's going to feel so much better.
Yeah.
Um, I think finding something that you truly, truly enjoy, whether it is going to the spa, getting a massage, getting your feet massaged, getting your feet done, your nails, like do something that lets you just be in that moment. Do
Mm-hmm.
something where you can say, you know what, this moment right here is about me and only me with no
Mm-hmm.
interruptions. Do
Mm.
that once a month. If you can
Yeah.
do it once every 2 weeks, that's even better. But
Mm-hmm.
I know, some of us women, our lives are really busy with work. We have businesses, we have the children, we have
Mm-hmm.
school, so many things. But just make time for you. Um, Definitely don't stop putting yourself on a back burner.
Mm.
Stop accepting things that you know that you absolutely would not approve for anyone else.
Mm.
Set boundaries, set healthy boundaries, and stand on them. You know how they always say, stand on business, stand
Yes.
on your boundaries, like your life depends on it. Set those boundaries. If somebody is mad about the boundaries you're setting for yourself, they're
Mm-hmm.
not for you, they're not your people.
Yeah.
Because somebody that truly loves and cares for you, they're not going to be upset with you for putting things in place to protect your peace and just to keep you in a better space. So, just put yourself first. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the main one. Stop putting yourself last. And I get it that we are moms, we are entrepreneurs, we are the working woman, we are the professional woman. We got that man over there, we got the husband. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Before any of this, you were your individual self.
That's a fact.
That's not to say forget about any of those things. You definitely
Mm-hmm.
don't want to forget about it. Don't neglect it.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have to don't forget yourself. Don't neglect yourself. Take
Yeah.
care of you because if you're at your best self, you can give somebody else the best.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
you can't give somebody else what you can't give to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't expect someone to give you what you're not willing to give to yourself.
Yeah.
So
You know,
just, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Shante, I'm thinking about when I see you on TikTok,
Mhm.
and the videos and the things that you create on TikTok. You, I can just say, like you exude somebody who loves themselves and is just like not afraid to like put yourself out there and create like to you do it with what you wear. Like you're into the fashion stuff. You're into, so you're doing
I love it.
fashion, you're doing
I love
fitness,
it.
you're doing
I love it.
you're out just enjoying, and as well as being a mom and doing
I
all
love it.
those things. And so
I love it. And it's
yeah.
so crazy because my son, he's 7. He's like, I said, okay, I'm about to go to the gym. He's like, Mommy, you already look amazing. You don't need to go to the gym. I said, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't already look amazing. You don't have to go. You don't need to lose weight. I'd be like, thank you. That means a
Yeah.
lot. I'm gonna still go, but thank you. I
Yeah.
definitely love to hear it. So
As
he's
well, I mean,
super.
look, and that's a good point though. You're also teaching your children what's
Hmm.
important, and he's
What's important?
learning what's important. That health and fitness is important because it was
Absolutely.
important to mom.
Absolutely. And he'll be in here if I'm working out at home. He'll be in here. I got some really small dumbbells, so he'll get them. He's like, I can do it too. So he's in here doing
Hmm.
some push-ups,
Hmm.
lifting his,
Hmm.
doing his curls. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Because
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
what? I'm not going to take any of that away from you. I want you to feel your best. I want you
Yeah.
to know, guess what? I look amazing. I am a
Hmm.
strong little boy. I'm going to
Yeah.
be a strong man one day.
Yeah.
So I encourage it. The
And that's,
positive talk is it's important.
look, that's the power of this whole thing, is that
Yep.
you would think that mom just giving to this one, giving makes
No.
you significant. But it's actually when you take care of yourself, it
Yep.
actually it's actually a good role model for him.
It's a
It's
good
like, oh,
example that you're setting for them.
yeah, because I
Great
mean, you could
example.
just spend all your time just making. Hey, are you okay? Or hey, do this. Oh, sit down.
Yes.
Where you going?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
that'll actually drive him away,
Right.
and make him be like, I can't wait to get away from her. Oh,
But
but
he's
meanwhile, but you do the reverse in letting him see how much you love yourself,
right.
letting him see how you care about yourself and how you heal
Absolutely.
yourself actually teaches him
Absolutely.
to do the same.
Absolutely. It's a great thing because I want him, like a lot of men that I talk to, they're like not talk to, but as clients,
Yeah.
as a therapist. So
Hmm.
they say, we were never allowed to express ourselves. I
Mm.
was never allowed to say when, that I didn't feel good or this bothered me or something like that. So for him, it's like even in those moments when he feel like something is wrong, I say, listen, take a minute and get it out, and then we're gonna talk about what's going on. So
Hmm.
I want you to be expressive. I don't want you to feel like you have to hold everything in. Because guess
Mm.
what? Nowadays you have a lot of women that are the same way. They
Mm.
hold a lot of stuff in and it's like, oh, I don't want to show that side. Well, what side
Hmm.
is it? You're human. We all have emotions. We
Fact.
all have feelings. You gotta express it. What you holding it in for?
Mm.
So,
It's a fact.
yeah,
That's a
it's
fact.
important.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm big on it. So,
All right.
yeah,
So a little birdie told me that you are starting a new program coming up. You got something happening,
I
and
am.
that. All right. Well,
I
talk to us about
do.
it.
I have something
Talk.
amazing happening.
All right.
So I am starting a community called the Anchorettes. It is for women, and we are focusing on grounding ourselves in self love, self care, and self healing. It is a 4-tiered program that will provide different services. It'll be more services as the tiers gets a little bit higher. So it is definitely it's a pink, a gold, a platinum, and a diamond tier. But they
Mm.
will be absolutely amazing. It will provide coaching, goal setting, self care, fitness, the whole nine. It's just going to be
Nice.
absolutely amazing. I think that women need to be able to have just that community of support
Mhm.
and have people that can hold them accountable as well in a
Mhm.
very positive way so that we can say, you know what, you did that
Yeah.
and you're going to keep going. We got this and
Yeah.
we're going to do it together. And we're going to continue to grow and we're not going to let any one of us put ourselves last anymore because
Mhm.
guess what? We have to, we got to be there for one another. We put everybody
Yeah.
else first, so we got to start focusing on us. So I'm
Right.
excited about it. It is when I say soon, 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 I mean in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So just
Well,
be on the lookout. Go
how,
ahead.
how can people get on your list for when you launch it? And
You
maybe you
can
could type it down in the comment section and people can.
let me get it. I can definitely put it in the comment section. You can go
Yeah.
to my website. It is Shonta Shonta. Let me see. L Thomas.com. And soon as you go on the website, you're going to see a big pop up. You will go on there and you will add your email. And guess what? You are going to get all this wonderful information, keeping you up to date on when the community launches. So
Nice.
join us, definitely. Let me make sure I put it right.
Now
So
you
yeah,
called it.
so go there
Now
and
you called
just
it.
join us.
Wait, wait. I think you put it in the private chat. Let me see. I may be able
Oh, I
to
put it in a
put it
private
in
chat.
the.
Oh Lord, where I put it at? Let me see. Oh, the comments. Oh, okay. I see y'all
Yeah.
now. Let me join the chat. Child, I'm over here. Let me make sure I got y'all together. I am. I'm out of the loop. Let me see.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys,
I thought I was in there.
I want you ladies to make sure you
Oh, hold
follow
on.
Shonta, and get into this community.
Let me
She she's leading
see.
the charge for the new women who have smart, successful. She's teaching all the things, fitness, fashion. She's going to get y'all ladies right, and I think it's awesome to be in that kind of community. And so now, Shante, you
Am
call
I
them
breaking up?
yeah, just a little bit. You are
Yes, we are going to be amazing. Breaking. Hold on. Am I breaking up?
just a little bit.
I
Let me
think I
see.
was breaking up. I'm
All
gonna
right,
put it in the
you back.
chat.
Uh,
Okay.
so
Okay.
so you
Let me
call them anchorettes.
let me send it to you.
Okay,
The anchor ad. So let me tell y'all what this anchor ads come from. I'm gonna send it
I'm
to
gonna
you and let
post
you
it
put
there.
it in there because I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah,
So
I
the
got it
anchor
already.
ads, I have this amazing, um, I had this amazing Navy career, and with the anchor is absolutely something that keeps the ship grounded. It keeps the ship from just floating whichever way the water goes. It
Mm,
keeps the ship in position. And I feel like we as women, we are the glue that keep it all together. So the anchorettes, guess what? We're going to do just that. We are going
mm,
to use all of these things, the self-care, the self-love, and the self-healing, to keep ourselves grounded and exactly where we want to be so that we can
mm,
continue to flourish. We're not going to be floating and just kind of going every which way just because we can.
hmm.
We're going to get in a position where we have some structure.
Yeah,
So kind of sort of some structure. So
yeah, and some accountability.
accountability,
Yeah,
and the whole nine. So it's super important. It's super important. I have
yeah,
an amazing support system, and they definitely help me with remaining grounded. They hold me
yeah.
accountable,
Yeah, this is
as do
this.
you.
Yeah. Listen, I believe this is going to be big. I think it's going to be big, because you've been through a lot. And some of the things that you talked about tonight that I don't think that I've ever heard you talk about.
Yeah,
Even the essay stuff,
yeah.
and all the things that you went through, like recovering from the being in the car that got shot up and all the and you represent women who've been through a lot of stuff,
Been through a lot.
but
Absolutely,
decided that I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to love myself, and
absolutely.
and make that a priority. And I think that's so powerful,
Thank you.
so powerful.
I
So
think it's no alternative. I mean, you have to be in a place where you just say, you know what, I deserve
yeah,
the entire world. So
yeah,
why not give it to myself?
very
Heal
nice.
and just put in that time to take care of me. So I think it's super important.
Very nice. Shonta, tell them how they can follow you, how they can find you on social media, and how they can follow your work.
You can find me on Instagram underscore your mind matters underscore. You can find me on Facebook, Mind Matters Consulting. You can go to my website that is shontalthomas.com, shontalthomas.com. I have some books, I have some programs, I do coaching, therapy, a lot of good stuff that can definitely help you with bettering you and helping you be your best self. So definitely
Yeah.
check me out.
All right. All right. Well, you guys, thank y'all so much for being here. You know, you can follow me everywhere, Kelvin Troy Johnson everywhere, as well as Love Coach Atlanta everywhere. We're doing it,
Everywhere.
and we're excited about it as well. Look, wait, one more thing. I'm doing a speed dating event here in Atlanta. If you're in Atlanta
When
and
is
you
this?
somehow I didn't tell you about it. It's
I
actually
know.
this Thursday. Is we're doing it at BQE downtown,
Ooh.
and it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We're bringing the folks out, and so if you're interested, we still got some tickets available. So you
Mhm.
can go to where can they go? Get
Boom.
to yes. Let's see. Where can they go to
What
get
they
the
gonna go on
ticket?
Facebook?
You could go on my face. You know what? Um, I'm gonna drop the link. How about I'm gonna drop the link right here. It's on Eventbrite
Mhm.
right now. Uh, and I'm gonna drop the link in there right now. Here we go. Share, copy. Let's see. Here we go. About to drop it in the in the comments right now. Boom. I know that's a big old link. Let's see if it come through. How it come through. No,
Oh yes.
I didn't,
I'll make
that's
sure
not
I
what I planned.
share it to my pages.
Uh,
Oh
hold on, I
yeah,
got
I
I,
gotta
I got a
share
I
it.
got a better link than that, but uh, but you guys you can go on type in cocktails and chemistry speed dating in
That's so
what do you call it?
dope. I'm here for
Eventbrite.
it.
Yes, yes, and
I love it.
myself, Dr. Latoya Cheathon, and
Mhm.
Nina Jackson. She's a matchmaking specialist. We're doing it together, and it's
Okay.
on Thursday. So and we got some fun stuff planned. More things to come. So you guys hit that follow button, hit that like button wherever you
Yes.
are,
Hit the
and
like, hit the follow. He's
yes,
amazing, amazing information. So, ladies, follow him. I'm telling you, he's gonna get you together.
yes,
He's gonna
yes,
get you together.
yes.
So,
As well as get
mhm.
that book right there. It's right there. It's right there. Secrets of the Mind of a Man, How Men Think
Oh,
When It Comes to Dating, Relationships, and
ooh,
Love.
we
You can
need to
get,
know that now.
yes, man. You can get that on the website, lovecoachatlanta.com. All right. All right. Shonta Thomas, thank you so much for being here.
You're
You
welcome.
you rock. And
Thank
I'll
you
see
for
you
having
guys.
me.
Absolutely. My pleasure. See you guys next time. Peace and love.